so the local Good Day Sacramento.
I actually don't hate that show.
I watch it. I mean,
I watch it more than I'll watch that over anything else for the most part.
On the weekends only. I don't watch it. I don't watch TV during the week at all. But on the weekends, we'll wake up and we'll have coffee in bed together, and so we'll watch either Food Network unless it's something stupid, which it almost always is now.
Agreed.
We'll watch the local Channel 3 to see what the weather.
Yeah, see what weather, especially with lately.
Anyway, so I was we were just flipping around and Good Day was on, and somebody was assigned to go to Denio's for some godforsaken reason. And Denio's is just the farmer's market. It's not it's a flea market place.
It is.
Whatever you call it. And
it's huge.
Daryl goes, I can't remember the last time we went to Denio's. I'm like, I can, and I want to forget about it. I hate that place.
Sure, like he'll every once in a while be like, hey, we should go to Denio's. I'm like, no.
Absolutely not. And I said, I don't ever want to go there. I hope I never have to go there to buy products to live.
Right.
Like for real. Like I have to go there to buy clothing or something.
Oh, God.
Or oranges or whatever. Because they have a little fruit market.
It's big, actually.
Well, whatever.
Yes.
They have a big produce area.
Yeah.
Or
stolen stuff.
True. And they usually have the truck backed up and open so that you can just be like, we have this stuff. We just have it.
It's like random, like how many weed eaters does this guy have?
Jesus. So I said, no, I never want to go ever again. And I said, and if I ever have, I hope I never have to go there.
Right.
Like I'm required to because I need pants or something. And he goes, and I said, he goes, that'll never be us. And I turned to him and I said, you know what? Don't put that out there in the universe.
Yeah, that's
because
true.
40 years from now, we could be there and I'm going to pick, and I'm like, do you remember that time when we were living in our $500,000 home and you told me that we would never have to be here to buy pants?
Here we are.
And I go, and here I am with this 50-cent orange because this is our breakfast. And he's going to be like, Jamie, I promise you, you will never have to get your breakfast at Denio's or pants. And I'm like, I swear to Christ, please don't say it again. It's like Beetlejuice. Quit it. Stop it.
Stop talking.
Sometimes I think about the movie that we could make, and it would be.
I know,
we next week we're talking about Oscar nominations, but I'm just saying.
Oh, yes.
Did
you watch Chris Rock's?
Yes. Did you?
I saw a couple parts on TikTok.
I did
the
not.
ones I wanted to see.
Okay, hold on. Yeah. Damn it. I mean, do we really even need this?
I know.
We do.
People need it.
Plus, I love that music. It was the best update we ever did.
Agreed.
Frankly. Welcome to the Ugly Truth. This is episode 607.
She has to look it up.
I really do. Yes. So the Chris Rock live on Netflix. So I was in the middle of doing something, but
I didn't know it was live. I saw that.
It is live.
It was, yeah.
I do believe you can watch it now, though, right?
Oh, yeah. It's everywhere.
Okay.
Oh, it's all over TikTok.
Okay, good. So I watched we forgot about it. So about 20 minutes in, we turned it on, watched it. And I think I probably got about 15 or 20 minutes. And then I was finishing something up on my computer, so I didn't get to watch the rest of it. But I heard Daryl laughing, and then I came out later. So I asked Daryl, I'm like, so how was the end of the Chris Rock thing? He goes, 10 minutes on Will and Jada.
Yeah,
minutes.
that was the part I watched.
And I said, and of course I saw most of it this morning.
It was pretty good.
It was iconic.
It was pretty roasty. He's been working on that for a year.
He's been stewing on this.
Well,
for a
he
year.
wanted. I can tell.
I love how it's coming out the week before the Oscars. I love it.
Right? And it's because it's one, reminding everyone, and two, also reminding us that Will not be there because he's been banned.
That fool shouldn't.
No, and he's only been banned for 10 years. By the way, that should have been a lifetime ban.
It is so uncivilized what he did.
You don't walk up on stage on live TV and assault somebody.
He should have been in fucking jail.
Absolutely.
Or something.
On Chris Rock, I very much enjoyed the way he came after them.
It was beautiful.
Equally.
And what I loved about it too, still he's just like, I didn't do anything because I have parents.
I was raised.
And I was
now
like,
I watch
God.
Emancipation just to watch him get whooped.
Oh,
I'm over there with Massa. Oh, Massa, you missed a spot. Do it again.
I was like, Jesus,
cracking the fuck.
And you know what? No one else can say that.
No,
I mean, I know what you're saying.
I totally get it.
But
what
I
you're
mean,
saying.
in the world,
well, the audience
said that.
I'm trying to. I don't know who the audience was. Like, if it was just like, did you buy tickets to the show? Did you get invited?
I think it was an invite.
There was a lot of African Americans in there, and there was a lot of uncomfortableness but laughter at the same time, because some people are like, oh no, he didn't.
Well,
he did not just say that. It's
he
like,
can say whatever
yes, he did.
You know what? I freaking love comedians.
Yeah,
because
I know.
they are the ones that know how to lay out the truth.
Yep.
In a hilarious manner.
Right.
And it, I was looking at Twitter this morning. There's a lot of people of color who are not happy with him doing it.
What with the?
I guess he went after Meghan Markle and they didn't like it.
I didn't see that part, but I plan
either.
to. I plan to.
I'm going to watch it.
Yeah, me too.
Absolutely. But I watched
He went
it
after
enough.
a bunch of people.
Good.
Not just Meghan Markle.
I loved how he said that we used to go after love and now it's likes.
Right.
I fucking
Brilliant.
loved that.
Yeah.
Because it's true.
Well, I mean, for a while, comedians were even afraid to do what they did because they were getting, people were
For a
coming after
minute.
them. And
For a minute, yeah.
And now they're kind of like, you know what? Fuck it. This is what we do. Like,
well, it's just kind of
you
like
go after people and it's funny.
And well, especially if it's an uncomfortable truth.
Right.
If it's the truth, it shouldn't matter.
Right.
Who
and
it
we,
is
and
or
we
what
should
it
be able
is.
to laugh at it in that way. Yeah.
I don't remember when this was. This was a very long time ago, but someone said to a comedian, there's just certain things you just don't make fun of. There's just certain things you don't joke about. And the comedian's like, really, what? He's like, I lost a child. He died. He was 3. Mm-hmm. I make fun of it. Because there is humor in everything.
There can be. Yes.
Yeah. But that's the art of comedy.
I agree. Absolutely.
And that's why
not any old schmuck can do it.
That's why when you get, I remember when Eddie Murphy was really popular and people
God.
tried to retell his jokes.
You can't do it. No, I mean, and
Leave
if
it
you
to the
watch
professionals.
If you watch Raw or Delirious,
Yes.
it is so by today's standards politically incorrect.
Oh my God.
But it's literally the funniest shit
thing.
you've ever seen.
It's so funny.
And so I'm like,
and it's still
this
kinda
is when you were
stands.
allowed, right? This is when you were
does.
allowed to make fun of things and people and experiences that we all have in
And
life.
we all
it
laugh
was-
about it.
And we laughed.
Well, you take things can be lighthearted. Things can be funny.
Totally. And
it's
they can,
not-
and then you turn around after our show's over and you go right back to life being fucking serious
Yeah.
and depressing.
yes.
And reality,
Right.
So,
So
whatever.
I absolutely appreciate.
But I was really happy. I was just, he needed his redemption. He needed his pound of flesh.
He got it.
I wanted it for him.
Me too.
Everybody did.
Me too.
And he got it, and it was very satisfying.
He's so goddamn good.
Yeah, and he's hilarious.
A lot of again.
He's having the last laugh.
Oh my God.
I mean, he had to
Beyond.
eat it for this last year in a way. I mean, everybody was on his side. We all were.
Well, they were
but
just, it was so unbelievable.
it was just
that
so, yeah.
we were in shock.
So
We're like,
classless.
what in the world did I really was
was.
low balling?
I thought it was a joke. That's
I
how,
did too.
Yeah, I think I even texted you. I'm like, this is a
I'm
joke.
like, I don't think it's real, girl.
I didn't think it was
I
real.
didn't either. I
was
really
like,
thought it was staged. I didn't know, but I don't know Chris Rock personally, so I don't know if this is something that he would have been willing to do. But
I didn't. Yeah,
it didn't make sense.
At
And
the
it made
Oscars,
no sense.
I mean, first of all, the Oscars have been dwindling in viewership for a long time.
I think you and I even surmised that maybe it was a
And so I
stunt.
was like, maybe they're doing something to like try to get people to like talk about it again and like
Then
want to
he
watch.
Just lost his fucking
But
mind.
no, this fucking idiot.
It was crazy. Well, we'll talk more about the Oscars next week, but I will say yes,
Yes.
the Chris Rock live was
Great.
epic.
So funny. And I'm going to watch the rest of it later.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I
watch
did
it.
watch the Will and Jada scenes, but
Yes. Well, it was funny because
well,
I
that
came
was what
out.
the first thing that came on TikTok this morning when
Of
I
course,
opened my eyes.
immediately.
I was
It
like,
was funny because
okay.
I went out and I said, so how was the rest of the show? And he goes, well, he gave us 10 minutes of Will and Jada, and I will tell you this, worth every second. And I'm like,
was.
really? He goes, yep. He goes, that's what we all wanted.
It was
And
there was 3 parts, and I was like,
the
part 1,
finale.
part 2. I had to watch all of
It
it.
was the finale, and I was like,
was
oh
great.
man, that's so great.
We all wanted
He's
it.
like, he was acting like a bitch.
Yeah, he
was
did.
just being a bitch.
Oh, but he went off.
Yes.
So and so called him a bitch. I mean, he was like,
Oh my God.
everybody hates you.
It's
Everyone thinks you're
crazy.
pathetic. I mean, he just went
God
for
damn.
him,
I mean,
and it was great.
it was great.
Yeah,
It
so
really was.
I'm curious
great.
to know if they will respond in some way.
I hope not.
I can't. They're both so egotistical. It's primarily her.
Oh my God.
I can't
Nuts.
imagine that she won't.
Yeah, man. I didn't see. I
He's
will
like-
say this. I didn't see anybody defending Will and Jada. I saw other things that he said throughout his show
That people were offended
that people
by.
did not like.
Oh.
But it's kind of like it's
Then
kind
don't
of like
watch
this
it.
thing is because it was people of color who were responding, and I stay out of that shit.
Yeah, same.
This is your family's business. I will just be like, I'll just have my own opinion in my brain.
head. Yeah,
I have nothing to say or nothing to do with it, but interesting.
By the way, what is this Cocaine Bear?
It's a movie.
Did Marcus Allen make that movie?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't think so.
Why is it Cocaine Bear?
Basically, a bear ingests cocaine that he finds in the woods.
Oh.
Now, it's based on a true story.
Oh.
A bear did ingest cocaine and OD, but he died.
Oh.
But in the movie, he goes on a murderous rampage.
Oh, I love movies like that.
I can't.
They're kind of crazy, like it would never happen.
He's like, well, we watched Sharknado. This can't be any different.
Totally.
I'm like, and there's like a gajillion movie stars in it.
Like big ones?
Like big stars.
Oh, I love it when they do stuff like that.
Me too.
Like Piranha.
Exactly.
I had to watch it.
I love movies like that.
do
And
too.
So
so does Jerry, thank God.
Last night I was watching Sci-Fi, which is one of my favorite channels.
Anaconda 1, 2, and 3.
I watched Anaconda 3. And it's horrible.
It's horrible.
It's terrible.
I think I watched Anaconda 2 and I didn't make it to 3.
I watched an hour of it.
Jerry came in and he was like, oh, another anaconda. He's like, oh God, look at that thing. Then they like blew its head off and it was amazing. Yeah.
I love movies like that.
Yeah.
I
do too.
I can't help myself.
They're brainless and they're interesting.
and they're hilarious.
Yeah, and you're like, oh God, what's going to happen next?
I mean, they're just so dumb.
Yeah.
And they're people that you've never seen in your life.
Except for Anaconda 1.
Well, Anaconda 1 is the best one.
Right.
Because it's got all the good stars.
It's got
in
good
it.
stars in it.
Yes. Wait, is
J-Lo's in it.
I know I love J-Lo in that movie, but no. Who
Eric
was
Stoltz.
the blonde? Was that Katherine
Owen
Heigl?
Wilson. Oh, the girl?
Was the girl Katherine Heigl?
No, she was not in that movie.
Okay.
Owen Wilson was in it.
I know, and
But his love interest was she's the least famous of everybody.
Okay,
I don't even
'cause
know who she is.
I swear I thought it was her, but anyway, whatevs. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Anaconda was a great movie. I saw. And Ice Cube was in it.
Yes.
No. Yes.
Yeah. Ice Cube. No, Ice T.
No. Ice Cube.
Was it Ice? Oh yeah. Ice T is the one that does the car warranty commercials.
Which rapper is it that's sold out?
Well,
I can't
they're
remember.
both on TV. Actually,
What's with the ice?
Ice Cube does
No, I love them all.
like Law and Order and stuff, right?
Yeah, no, that's Ice T.
Okay, see, I can't keep it
I'm
straight.
like, wait, 50 Cent? I don't know. No, 50 Cent's different. Anyway, yeah, that was a great movie. Loved it. Anyway, all right.
Mm-hmm.
So we're talking about celeb news anyway, so we'll get right into it. We haven't addressed it because I think we're going to probably not have to after a while, but Christine Brown is dating somebody.
Yes.
And she's in love, and
very
it's all
cute.
over the internet. It's all over her accounts.
People love it.
He's a widower.
Oh, perfect.
He has an adult daughter and a grandchild, and he's super, super sweet. Now, apparently, he knew her daughter Aspen. Somehow that's how they met.
Okay.
Because he was only friends with Aspen on Instagram. Like, he's not friends with all the other kids. Just her. Okay. And so I think he knows that he knew her, and that's somehow indirectly
she didn't meet him on Tinder or anything bullshit like that.
Nope,
yeah.
they met. That was never going to happen. So clearly she's madly in love. They're living their best life.
And they're filming too, by the way.
They are filming. Apparently his wife ended her life. And so it was very traumatic. Yes. But, moving forward, this is his first real serious relationship since then.
That's actually kind of perfect for them because she's coming out of a traumatic situation.
Very traumatic situation. Now, people are giving her shit like, how can you be in love already?
Because she hasn't been in love for a really long time.
For like a decade.
Right?
Like she's been held
Maybe
hostage.
she never was. Actually, no, I think she did love Cody at some point.
I think they both loved each other at one point.
Yeah.
But I mean, when he truly fell in love with his other wife, she was left in the dust and was nursing a broken heart for many, many years. There's a lot of women who are in loveless marriages do.
Yeah.
And then she finally was free. And then her daughter, of all people, was like, Mom, you have to meet this guy. He's so great. And they hit it off immediately.
That's so cute.
And they're completely in love. And everybody's like, it's just so disgusting. I'm like, you guys are like,
how is it disgusting?
Because people are assholes.
I'm like, how?
It's the same reason why. It's the same thing with Britney Spears. People love to, like Britney, her comments are off now forever.
Yeah.
And she does a lot of crazy shit. She can definitely behave unhinged.
Yeah, I don't know what's with her lately.
But here's the deal with people like Britney or Christine Brown or whoever. When you are in an incredibly mentally abusive situation for years and years and years,
like
and you're
a caged
free,
animal.
you don't even know what to do first. It's like, it's so overwhelming. I don't know if Britney will ever be the same. I don't know if she'll ever really be truly lucid and normal
I hope
behaving.
so.
It's hard to tell. But I mean, people who are in abusive situations, they don't come out the same.
No.
And
She's definitely never going to be the same.
No. And I don't think anyone's enabling her. I think they're just letting her be.
Well, I mean, I think Sam is basically keeping her safe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
But yeah, I agree with you.
I just think that she's trying really hard to find her new normal.
I agree, and I hope for her is that she's in therapy. I
don't know if she can trust anyone right now.
I understand,
but I agree with you.
I just think for her own, not to please anybody.
She just needs some validation. And I don't think she's getting it.
I think she's got PTSD,
hardcore,
and I think she needs to deal with that.
And I think Christine Brown does too. And I think that's why she's going a little over the top.
Yeah,
he's my king, and blah blah blah, all that stuff. But this is someone who never had a childhood, never had a high school sweetheart, never had anything.
Well, not
literally
only that, but
nothing.
she's being Christine is being celebrated in the public eye for getting free, and for all of us that have been watching the show for all these years, and just like, God, this is so horrible for these women.
Yes. And polygamy is bad.
Right, it's bad. And that she's free now, and we're all like celebrating that.
Yes.
We're so glad for her. So I'm sure that feels great. To know that you have all the support behind you for something that was so difficult to finally do.
When I read or see comments about, criticizing her, and I said, you know what? Unless you've been in a cult, you have no idea what she's doing or how she's feeling. It is something that alters your DNA.
Yeah. It's got to be very
especially if
liberating.
You're a woman.
Yeah.
It's very different. And so for her, everybody's like, well, she, her kids, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, look,
she's a very dedicated mother. She loves her children.
And if you don't think she hasn't,
way more than that asshole did.
If she hasn't apologized 1,000 times to her kids, you're kidding yourself. Of course she has.
Yeah.
To go through a life of being raised in a cult, being bred to be a wife of multiple wives, to one man.
It's all she knew.
It's all she knew. Her children were subjected to things that most people would never do.
There's a lot of stuff coming out about Mary. I didn't realize she was like borderline abusive.
That doesn't surprise me at all. The woman was so miserable.
When the kids were little.
Yes.
The kids are saying like, yeah, she was abusive.
Yeah.
And I think it was that she was resentful and angry and jealous.
Absolutely. She was not cut out for marriage, multiple wife marriage.
She wasn't. And these little humans were reminders of her.
That she was barren. I know.
That one, she was barren, and two, that her husband was banging three other women.
Yeah. And somebody asked, because I love Reddit, and somebody on Reddit goes, when do you think Mary decided that she was not going, when did you think Mary turned and wasn't able to handle the lifestyle? And I said, when he married Janelle.
Yeah.
The very first one.
Right away.
And she's just like, I hate this.
I think it was easier with Janelle because Janelle's such a non-emotional creature and she's not super needy. So it maybe wasn't as jarring as it was, but Christine is exactly the opposite.
Oh, completely.
She's uber feminine. She's romantic.
Yes.
She needs love and attention.
Yes.
And she was neither what Janelle or Mary are. She's nurturing and she's motherly.
She's Mother Earth.
Yeah, she can cook and she cleans. She literally
loved it.
does it all. Yeah, and the other two were kind of like,
we just work.
Yeah, they're just like potatoes, you know what I mean? So she had it all, and yet she was Cody's least.
It's unfortunate because she is the ultimate. I mean, she's perfect for someone.
She will be a great wife to somebody.
Oh my God,
yeah,
so
or partner,
good.
or whatever she.
Yes,
chooses.
and I'm looking forward to her journey. But I will say this: I've lost interest in the whole thing.
Well, I mean, the hullabaloo is over for me.
I'm like,
I want to know what they're going to do with the show. I'm like, what can you possibly salvage?
This has got to be the last season. There's nothing left.
I mean, the only thing this is going to be is showing how Mary and Janelle end up leaving him.
That's true.
Right? Because we know they're not together anymore.
Yeah,
so
he's left
we
all
have
of
to
them.
go through all of that.
Yeah. Oh God. I hope they don't dedicate one season per wife. I will be like, no.
Oh God.
I'll watch it on TikTok. I will not watch. I will not watch.
I can't watch the whole
90 minutes of the same meeting and in some field on this godforsaken land.
This fucking idiot, like with the pandemic stuff. I'm like, look, dude.
Shut the fuck up.
It's
dude.
over. Like,
Get
stop.
over
Get a
it.
new excuse. Because that's not it.
I don't know. Maybe tell the truth.
Right?
That would be a good start.
I know.
Have you? Okay, so if you're doing TikTok-y, then you're fairly aware.
Well, I do them all, but TikTok keeps my attention span the longest.
I assume you're aware of the whole Selena, Hailey Bieber, Justin Bieber.
Didn't I not send you? I think I sent you a TikTok.
Did you?
Yeah, I couldn't hate Hailey Bieber more.
Oh my God,
at this
Stephanie.
moment. And Kendall Jenner.
Okay, so here's what's interesting.
Kendall, you little scab.
First of all, we're all team Selena here.
Yes.
There's no doubt. Hailey Bieber is one of the most insecure humans I've ever had the disadvantage of having to know is out there.
Yeah.
I saw somebody go, here's my take on this whole thing. Her father is one of the Ugly Baldwins.
Oh, so she's not Alex's daughter?
No, she's Stephen Baldwin's.
Oh, okay.
So it's the least of the Baldwins.
Is he the one that did like Sliver, where the girl got pushed out the window balcony and he's having an affair with Sharon Stone?
He's churchy. I don't know if he was the one, but he's full in, like he's a pastor at this crazy ass church, and it's not a normal church. It's a weird church.
Yeah.
Her mother is the lead singer of Wilson Phillips.
Oh God, I had no idea.
Yeah, and they're both very churchy.
Okay.
Like they're all in.
I
like,
knew
they
Wilson
have like
Phillips
a YouTube
was.
channel and all the things. So and they believe some crazy shit.
Well, I will give her this. She is a beautiful girl.
It has nothing to do with what she looks like.
No.
I know
but
a lot of assholes who are beautiful.
She's
but
a beautiful girl.
So I don't know. And then, so they met through the church because Justin started going to this church when he was trying to clean himself up and not be crazy anymore.
Right.
And then he and Selena broke up, and then 2 months later he's engaged to Hailey. Hailey and her family are hitching their wagon to Mr. Almost Billionaire. Okay, that's all this is. Her life, she may not have been poor.
No, she's a supermodel.
But she wasn't Kardashian, but Justin Bieber rich.
True.
And now,
not on her own, yeah.
And now she's living a life that she never could have fathomed.
Right, true.
Because of her husband.
Nor made on her own, yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
Never.
He doesn't even pretend to not to respect
being
her.
himself. And like apparently he had a birthday party yesterday, and his favors were these lighters where they looked like anal plugs, but they weren't. They're sterling silver with a cowboy hat and then the lighter. And it says, I'm so glad that I realized what I thought I wanted, I don't have. It is emblazoned on these lighters that he handed out as favors at his party. God. All I know is that I'm so glad that I am not young and dumb anymore.
She just looks so thirsty and so...
She lost over 1 million followers after she started to roast
glad.
Selena.
I had to go on my Instagram and make sure I hadn't.
I don't follow.
I hadn't.
No.
Secure.
So I saw clips of that fool trying to make fun of Selena Gomez.
Who?
Hailey.
Oh, Hailey was making fun of Selena herself?
Yes.
Oh, the video that's got her in this trouble. Yeah,
yes.
When they were like, it was the three of them. In front of a mirror.
Oh my God. It was the dumbest
thing
I've ever seen.
How
in my
old are
life.
these girls? They're not even that young anymore.
I mean, aren't they? Well, I mean, the Jenners are younger.
No, Kendall is like 28 now.
Okay, that means Hailey's at least 30.
So, I mean, to me, I'm like,
Can you imagine?
Get over this. This is high school shit.
Thank you. And it was funny. I watched it and I went, you know, in the world of bullies, if you're going to take out the queen, you better hit once and she better go down, because if you don't, she's going to get up and no one's going to even know your name when she's done with you. And you know what? Selena hasn't done shit. She don't have to.
No, she is everywhere though on social media.
She doesn't have to. This thing has taken on a life of its own.
Oh my God, it's amazing.
In fact, I was reading something today and they're trying to turn on Justin. Like, this is Justin's fault. I'm like,
oh, it's not.
No, it isn't.
No.
This isn't Justin's fault. Justin's doing whatever Justin wants to do. Haley's responding accordingly in a very poor way.
And did
Where
you
is her
see?
mother?
Oh,
where are her normal friends going, what are you doing?
Well, her normal friends are people who are just as much of an asshole as her.
Well, there was one girl, and I don't know her name, but I follow her on TikTok now, and she is just like, fuck you, Hailey. They used to be best friends.
Oh, really?
She did a TikTok where she's putting on her makeup to a Selena Gomez song.
Oh, God, I love it.
And I'm like, oh, how the tables have turned.
Well,
I don't know why I love this so much.
I mean, it's just satisfying that this witch of a little.
When Mean Girls get their due, I think is what I like.
Yeah.
Because it always comes back.
It's true.
You never get away with it. Oh, that reminds me. This was a while ago. I knew a girl once who I was indirectly affiliated with her in a circle that I don't affiliate with anymore. Mm-hmm. And she was dating somebody who had a thing for blondes, loved blondes. And he's a ethnic, apparently ethnic's not a word anymore. Oh, he's not white.
I didn't know that.
But he loves blondes.
Okay.
And his ex-wife was blonde, everything.
It was just his thing.
It was just what he preferred. So when I first met her, she has her normal black hair, brown eyes, whatever. Next time I saw her, she had short blonde hair.
Oh.
And
was she dating this guy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She ultimately married him.
Oh.
But I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah, she's like Kourtney Kardashian. She's like unrecognizable now.
Yeah. I'm like, what are you doing? And she's just like, well, he likes blondes. I'm like, okay. But it's funny because, I mean, basically the overall theme that we're kind of getting at without saying it is
that people,
women specifically, some women completely change themselves to accommodate whatever man or whatever relationship they're in.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's a really hard thing to not do.
Yeah.
I used to do it.
Yeah.
I 100% did it.
I think I did.
I would get into certain things, certain teams, certain activities, certain beverages, certain whatever, movie, anything.
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm totally into that. And I'm like, no, I'm not. What the hell?
Right.
I hate it.
Yeah, I know, huh?
Yes.
Yeah. I did go through a period of time like that in the marriage I'm in now, but I was, it was 20 years ago.
Because you're young, we're young and you think, oh, this is what this is what this means. This is how we do it.
We were talking before the show about rules and things that you lived by as a young adult that you thought you had to keep doing
as you get older.
Yeah. And so there was so much of life that I hadn't experienced in my 20s that when I started to do them, I was like, wow, this, like, even just doing it was fun. Yeah. Like, even if I ended up not liking whatever the activity was, I'm like, but just to experience it, that was exciting.
Yes.
So there was like 10 years of my life where I was doing things I had never done before.
I like this now. This is my thing now. Yeah. This is my life now. Yeah. Well, that's called...
because I was with somebody older and who had already knows all this stuff is fun.
It's why it's strongly recommended that people not get married until you're in your late 20s, early 30s. Yeah. Because you are figuring out all this stuff. I will never forget my hairdresser, our hairdresser now, Greg, he told me something once and it stuck with me to this day. He said, well, you go to college to find out what you don't want to do. Mm-hmm. You go through your 20s to find out what you don't want to have.
That's true.
What you don't want to do, what you don't want to, live or be with. And I'm like, that is so accurate.
That's true. Yeah.
And so if people could just be patient and wait and figure out who they are as humans.
Well, I think that's why a lot of people who marry young end up getting divorced later on because as you mature, you start to realize,
wait a minute,
I don't have to do shit that I don't like to do anymore. Yeah. And you just own it. Jerry and I were talking about something that he wanted to do. And I was like, you know what? I never want to do that again. He's like, we had so much fun when we did it. I'm like, you did. Yeah. I'm like, and I did it because I didn't.
You wanted to do it.
I wanted to do it and you loved it. And I didn't hate, I'm not saying that I hated it. And we did have some really good times. But looking back on it, I just did all that shit because you wanted to do it. And now I'm like, I'm not doing that ever again.
You know what I feel about, that's how I feel about lingerie.
Do you know?
Stephanie, I have so much lingerie.
I had garbage bags full of it that I were going to Goodwill. Mother, she's like, oh, she started digging through my. This is what happens when you have a woman like our mother. She came to my house to visit me for something, and started going through the things that I had bagged up in my living room that were going to Goodwill. I just hadn't put them in the trunk yet. Oh, but I had been spending the weekend putting things that I was going to get rid of. So she starts digging through them. One giant 30-gallon garbage bag was full of lingerie, and she's going through it. Oh, what are you going to do with all of that? I'm like, you know what? Get out of my shit. That's my lingerie. The moment you see that it's lingerie and you're mother,
like, oh, never mind.
I would just twist up the bag again and be like, all right. No, she's like, I'll take this for you. She literally took it out of my home and said, I will take it to Goodwill on my way home.
You think she threw it away?
I hope so.
Well, my point is...
Or she took it to Goodwill, probably.
I just remember when I was in my early 20s and I was wearing lingerie because the guys I was dating liked it. I swear to God, I told Daryl, I'm like, listen, man, I hate to tell you this. Never again will a cheap lace anything touch this bod. I can't do it. I can't do it. He's like, well, that's fine. I mean, and he's so secure. He doesn't give a shit. Yeah. He's like, I get to see a naked girl whenever I want. I don't give a shit if you're in lace or not. Right. Or satin or
whatever.
If I have to walk into another Fredericks of Hollywood to buy the shittiest lingerie of my life.
I haven't been in one in so long.
I used to walk into
a retail store in so long.
This is only $12.99. Stephanie, I can't even. It makes me want to throw up.
I don't even like Victoria's Secret anymore.
I don't. Who buys lingerie for Victoria's Secret?
I mean, not even lingerie, like even their bras and stuff. They're cheaply made. I mean, maybe they do make some nice stuff. It's been so long.
Well,
I don't give them a chance anymore.
Some of it is fine. Normal bras and underwear are fine. I buy all my underwear there. I like, but again,
their underwear are pretty.
Yeah, they're fine. But it's like fast fashion. You know, and I don't care how much money in my life I ever have. I'm not spending $100 a pair on underwear. I don't give a shit.
Who sells $100 underwear?
There are stores.
Oh, like okay.
Incredibly
like the place
expensive.
the slubs go and stuff.
I'm not doing it.
No.
So I don't care,
neither.
you know, but I'm also not going to go to Amazon. You know, I know they're fine, but I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
This is a happy medium for me. 3 for $30 sold. Whatever.
Gotcha.
But I told Daryl that I'm like, I'm not buying any more shitty lingerie. And I
literally
have
gotten rid of it.
I have vivid memories of going to the mall, going
We've all
to
done it.
Frederick's and Victoria's Secret. They used to sell way more lingerie than they do now.
Like I haven't even been to one.
They used to sell the bustiers and all the things. And I'm sure they do, but I haven't been into a Victoria's Secret store. The one that I go to smells so bad when I go in there. I can't.
Oh God, Jamie!
I walk in, I'm like, why does it smell in here?
Does it smell like crotch or what?
Kind of. It's so disgusting. I'm like, there's carpeting in here. Like, why is this?
No, not
and it's
happening.
in a really, really nice part of town.
That
And I'm like,
matter.
no.
Somebody rank.
Daryl's like, every time we walk by, because there's the movie theater that we go to, and we walk by, and he goes, hey, you want to go to the smelly store? And I'm like, no.
I'm like, no.
Why would I want to walk in here and buy underwear?
Especially when it
disgusting.
smells.
It smells.
I would buy anything in a store that's going to go on my butt or
I think I
boobs
remember
that
the
smells.
very first time I walked in there because Malia she goes, Mom, you want to go? I'm like, yeah, I'll go in there with you. I walked in and I literally said it out loud. I'm like, why does it smell in here?
We talked about that last time. I'm
And
that
the
way
lady-
too now.
and the
I go to a
lady-
meeting. I'm like, oh God, it stinks in here. Someone just shower, deodorant. Hello.
And the lady was like, oh, I know. I'm so sorry. We're trying to figure it out. I'm like, well, is there something dead in the roof? Like, what is this? How do you expect to sell things like underwear and bras when it stinks?
Smells like a restroom.
Like, God, get some spray. Get
something. God, you guys have these candles. Light one.
Get some Lysol or Febreze or something. God, get this carpet cleaned.
Ew.
Thank God. You know what? I couldn't be in retail. I couldn't work in there. I'd be
Oh,
like,
God,
okay,
no.
step 1, rip out this disgusting carpet. It smells in here. Moving on. You know? Jesus. Does anybody even wear lingerie anymore? I don't even know.
Not that I know of. I mean, but maybe because I went to there's a store in Old Sacramento. It's like a novelty store. It's called Evangeline's.
Oh, I love Evangeline's.
It's huge.
Yes.
And they do have like a little naughty section that you have
Of
to be
course.
with like a curtain that says 18 and older. Well, my friend dragged me in there. I'm like, we're not going. Really? I'm like, we're
Like,
going
I
in
need some
here?
crotchless underwear. Come on.
Yeah, totally. So they didn't really have like lingerie per se, but they did have all those funky, what do you call them? Fruit roll up underwear.
Oh, yes. The edible
Stupid
underwear.
shit like that. Stuff you would have like at a bachelorette party and
Yes.
stuff, like little dick shot glasses.
Yes,
and
yes.
shit like that. So,
Yes.
I mean, and there was some stuff that you could legit use in a sex life, but I'm
Sure.
like, people buy this shit still? I'm
No,
like,
that's why it's
okay.
behind a curtain. They're like, this stuff's been here since 1989.
Watermelon brand lube.
No.
Okay, yeah.
Can we just get normal tasteless lube if you need it?
Right.
I don't want anything weird.
Yeah, I'm done with all that.
Stop it. Oh, God. So really quick, your daughter's married.
Yes.
And although we totally bagged on getting married young, she's still successfully married, even though she got
She's a
married
different
young.
breed, yes.
She's a different egg, for sure. But she's a beautiful little egg.
But she was always very mature for her age.
Correct.
Yeah.
But overall, you and I agree that you should wait till you get a little older.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
Definitely a fan of that.
Daryl's daughter's married. She did the
Mm-hmm.
same thing. But my 2 biological daughters are young, and they are nowhere near marriage.
Oh, I thought one was.
Well, I mean, she's in a long-term relationship. She will
Yeah.
likely marry this person, but right now she's not even engaged, nothing.
Okay.
But as girls in their 20s will do, you create a wedding Pinterest.
Oh God, yes.
You do. I mean, everybody does.
I know.
And it's fun. And so
I had one, and that wasn't Pinterest. It was the old school,
Yeah,
the wedding
Right.
website that you
Yeah,
could be
yeah,
able to do it at. The Knot.
the knot. So she created this wedding page and she invited me as a collaborator so we could just like, oh my God, I love
Pin
this,
stuff
or I
that you
love
love,
these
yeah.
shoes or whatever. And I love her taste on what she really wants to do. It's amazing.
Cute.
So like a few weeks ago, she Snapchats me and she goes, Mom, she goes, what do you think of these dresses? And she sends me these truly heinous, ugly dresses.
Was she being funny?
No. And I go, these are gross. What is this? And she goes, well, those are Mother of the Bride dresses. I'm like, Mackenzie, what are you doing?
That's not happening.
And I'm like, I'm not wearing these. And I sent her some that I thought would be appropriate for Mother of the Bride dresses. And I go, what about something like this? She goes, well, I really want, because it's going to be a very, very small family only kind of gathering. I really want the family in beige or, creamy. I go, You want us in the color of skin? Why? I go, no one looks good in that. No one in your family looks good in beige or champagne.
Because we're all pale as ghosts.
I go, we're white. Do you know what that looks like? It looks like skin. It's ugly. And I like, what? And these dresses, this has a cape. What are you doing? She goes, well, this is what they have. And I said, no, Mackenzie, I am not. Talk about wanting to be out of the box. This is one of those things.
Oh God.
I said, I am not going to dress like that. And I go, and you can't make me. And she goes, Mom, I want everyone in like champagne. I go, I won't. I'm showing up in black. What else? What do you have to say about that? She goes, well, it won't match with everyone. I go, so what?
No, because I'll be in black too.
And I'm like,
are you kidding me?
I'm like, no.
It's the only acceptable color if you're,
I said, well, what about like navy blue?
Or something really dark.
She goes, well, we're going to be wearing like emerald green and the guys are going to be in.
So she was thinking like contrast.
She wants a nice contrast for photos.
Got it.
And I said, first of all, I don't know where it came that mothers of the bride had to look so goddamn frumpy and old. I have yet to see a wedding I've ever attended where the mother of the bride looked stunning.
Right.
I mean, not in my life.
No.
I've never seen it. So I'm like, why do these people?
I don't know. I mean,
what is this? I mean, like, since when do women suddenly become old hags whenever they attend their daughter's weddings?
well, I hate that
or sons.
that tradition of like everybody else has to look kind of ugly compared to the bride.
Why?
I don't know why. I don't know why.
She wasn't trying to do that.
No, I know she wasn't. I was not saying that. I'm saying that's a traditional kind of attitude.
It really is. But I'm just like, what makes you think? I go, what about like a cool print or whatever? Like, why do I have to look like this? Why do you think that I have to look like this? So we had a full on argument about it.
She was dead serious.
She's like, no, Mom, you have to. She goes, well, what about blush or coral? I'm like, you need to stop talking. I said,
how about peach with some ruffles?
I go, I'm wearing none of these things. And I go, and you can't tell me what to do. And she's like, Mom, but I want it. I'm like, I don't give a shit about your aesthetic. I'm wearing what I look good in. I will have, my hair will be done. My makeup will be done. I'll be wearing some snatched ass dress.
Right.
And I'm going to be like, they'll be like, who are you? I'm like, I'm the motherfucking mother of the bride.
Right,
That's who I am. I raised that stunning creature.
Yes.
And I look stunning too.
And it will still be all about her and her day.
Of course it will.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to look disgusting.
Uh-uh.
Come on.
Hopefully she'll have an epiphany and she'll see your point of view.
Maybe.
It's a struggle.
Stephanie, it gives me anxiety to think that she's going to try to force me into some hideous dress.
Well, it's not going to happen, right?
No.
I mean, but... Yeah.
Don't make me pull the money card. I will. Say. I'm like, you know who's paying for this?
Right.
Do you know who pays for this event that you are insistent upon having?
Well, I mean, and if that's the only request that you have that's yours, like what goes on my body is all I really care about controlling. Everything else you can be in charge of.
Hasn't this country taken enough freedoms from us? That we now have to wear dowdy ass dresses to weddings. Stop it.
I have so many regrets.
I am not.
That was one of the things that, remember, we were talking about rules we thought we had to live by when we were young.
Yes.
That was one of mine, was what I would wear. You know, I had to be conservative and I had to be smart and I had to wear, basics and things that were universally that would mismatch or mix match,
so that you had,
I had a navy skirt that went with the cream top and
Stephanie,
I had cream bottoms that went
I had
with
a brown skirt that went below my knee.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
Jamie, I have so many ugly clothes. I've since thrown
them away.
I have, but I'm just saying. So I have major regrets about things that I was conditioned to do.
Yes.
That I can never get back. Moments that I cannot get back. That I look back on, I'm like, why did you think you had to conform and do that?
Because of the way that
to your own detriment. I'm like, you were the one that looked like an idiot at your daughter's wedding because you thought you had to wear something conservative.
I know. And you know what? I don't even blame I don't even blame just our mom. I blame society for making her. I mean, honestly, go online, Google mother of the bride dresses, and you will be disgusted and horrified.
It doesn't, right.
And what I hate
it doesn't have to be a mother of the bride dress. It can be a dress.
Well, here's the other thing. Back in the 60s when women were getting married and mothers of the brides looked like they were 100.
Yeah.
case anymore.
No.
You know, we're living past our retirements.
I know.
We are living. I mean, our age is literally middle aged.
I agree.
Now, it used to be like 35. It's not anymore.
Yeah.
So it's like, and women, we're taking better care of ourselves.
Right.
You know, women are stunning.
Yes. Agreed.
And of all sizes. And suddenly there has to be clothes. We should open a Mother of the Bride shop and have just regular, normal ass clothes.
Yeah, I totally agree.
That for women who aren't feeling dowdy.
Well, we'll do it after we open our private investigation company.
Ugly private eyes.
Yep.
Ugly privates.
Ugly truth. PI.
It's like,
We will tell you the ugly truth
we will
of
be
your cheating husband or wife.
I think we'd be really good at it, actually.
Oh, I know I would be.
Definitely. Do you have an ugly and awkward moment?
Oh, yeah. Not really.
I'm not playing that horrible song.
I had a really low-key work week.
Yes.
So, no.
I have one.
And that's usually when I do something awkward.
So you probably, because we gave you the weekend off last weekend, you probably didn't hear the show. But
no, I did.
So you heard about the hairy salsa.
I didn't listen to the whole show.
Okay, that's
I
fine.
listened to the part where you were talking about, can't I just walk around like those people with deaf cards that say, I'm deaf, give me money?
Yeah.
Mine will say, I'll give you money, don't talk to me.
Yeah.
I was laughing because that is me. Oh my God. I'm like,
Thank you.
So me.
It's just, you know, I mean, if I want to be social, I won't give you my card.
Right.
But generally speaking, I just want to I want the basic transaction and I want to move on with my life.
Right.
I mean, if the pandemic has taught me anything, is that I have a very low tolerance for dumb and
Same.
stupid.
Oh
And
my
I don't
God.
like small talk. I don't don't ask me how I am unless you really want to know.
Right.
Please. Wouldn't it be great if they called into the system and they said, thank you for calling this place. If you want someone who just wants to get to the point, press 1. If you need small talk, press 2.
Right.
If you have a harrowing story that you must tell us before we can get to your answer, press 3.
Yeah.
And then you press 1, press 2.
Press 1, yeah.
You get someone who's willing to engage just a little bit. And then you get press 3 where they're just like, oh, you're never going to believe the day I had today. So anyway, that day, because it was the worst, one of the worst days I've had in a very long time. It was just a series of unfortunate events, day over and over and over. And I couldn't wait to go to bed and have the day end. Have you ever had one of those days where you're just like, everything went wrong, nothing went right? And I haven't had a day like that. Usually I can make it right. I couldn't make it right. Anyway, it was in the middle of this day and we were in the car, and it's a dumb thing, but I have a pair of silver hoops that I really, really like. And one was in my jewelry box and one was in my purse because I had lost a back.
Oh, okay.
And so I'd put it in my purse. I'm like, oh my God, I need to join these two together so that I may wear them again one day.
Right.
So I was like, I was wearing a white sweater and I really love this sweater. And so I'm like, oh, this would be great with these big silver hoops. It would look so good.
Yeah.
So I grabbed the hoop out of my jewelry box and I said, now it's in my purse and I'll just put them on and they'll finally be together. I'll be so excited. I haven't worn them in weeks. And so I didn't do that.
What'd you do?
I put one earring in.
Oh, you forgot.
And I didn't do the second one. And then we were in the car and we were in the middle of our whole day and I went, oh my God. And he goes, what? I go, I have one earring in the whole day. I've had one earring in. And was my hair down? No, it was not.
Oh, so everybody could see that you had one earring.
See. And of course, Daryl, who's a very observant man, never noticed.
It's like me wearing my earring on my mask on
the whole time
on my nose.
Exactly.
That was so embarrassing.
Anyway, so that was my awkward moment of the week. And I'm like, well, of course.
Hopefully nobody noticed, but
I can't, you know what? I want to repeat the incident, but I think I might throw up. And so you might have to listen to last week's episode to find out how we went to a Mexican restaurant in Vacaville and I pulled a chip and put it in the salsa. We had just sat down.
If this has anything, okay.
It's making my mouth water.
But I already know if it's something to do with the hair or something, I might throw up.
I pulled it out, and as I put the chip to my mouth, a hair hit my chin.
Damn it! You didn't even notice it before it went in. Jamie, I'm trying to catch these things before they
can't do it.
Enter my mouth. And
then I loudly went, "There's a hair in my salsa!" And I got up. I said, "We're leaving," and we walked out.
Yeah.
Immediately. And I mean, for those of you who heard it already, I'm sorry, but I had to tell her.
No, I had to hear it. But see, this is me. Yeah. Jerry will go back to places that were mediocre or even below mediocre.
I will not.
And I'm like,
no.
So then he'll be like, hey, why don't we go to what's this, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, really? And he's like, God, you never want to go. I'm like, you just always want to go to these places that are like horrible or they're like medium.
Why
like,
do you want to have a bad experience?
I'm like, I'll go there. Fine. I'll go there. He's like, no, I don't want to go. I'm like,
good. Cause I don't either.
Good. Cause I never wanted to go there. I'm like, let's just,
no.
You know what?
Yeah. So stop settling, people.
I know.
Stop settling. Just go for the best.
Well, yeah, but there is also a happy medium on that because I'm also not into some of the younger people, not all. It's all about them and they sacrifice nothing of themselves or they have no courtesy or empathy or sympathy for anybody else.
You got to have that.
Yeah, because it's like, well, it's all about me and my choices. This is my life I'm living. I'm like, yeah, I totally get that. And I'm there too.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you know, we must compromise as human beings.
Well, we live in a society. I mean, we have others that you have to have a community. And if you're only one note, I mean, no one's going to want to be around you.
Yeah, kind of. But I mean, we've kind of all accepted that that's just the way people are anymore. It's like, well, I can't judge you now because that's not allowed.
Although it's really hilarious that you think it's only young people that do that.
No, yeah, that's true, huh?
Because I know a lot of older gentlemen and men or women who also are all about me.
Yeah, that's true. I think it's just maybe they're better
human.
at faking it because we used to have to do it for so long. Like you weren't allowed as a woman. You were not allowed to have like your own wants, thoughts, desires.
God, no.
Like you couldn't.
No.
Your life was not your own.
They're trying really hard to put that genie back in the bottle. Ain't gonna happen.
No,
ain't gonna happen. I absolutely will not stand for it.
Oh, same.
I will not.
Well, I think we've made that pretty clear.
Yes, I think we've made it very clear that we will not stand for much. But we're really quite nice. I promise.
I know people are probably like, how are these bitches married? Oh my God, these poor men.
Because we're amazingly passionate. We're just passionate women.
I don't know what it is. Yeah.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Well, I feel like we must be great because like
we're just venting.
I couldn't beat Jerry off with a stick if I wanted to. You know what I mean? He would just stay and want to be next to me. And
yeah, I know. I told Daryl that. I'm like, I couldn't run you off if I tried.
No, same.
Just wouldn't happen. Now I would leave him in a minute if I had to.
Well, and that's the thing is like when we do get in an argument and I'll be like, that's it. You know, and I'm just like angry or whatever.
I am going to my room.
That's when he will take the opportunity to say something like, well, I love you.
Oh,
I still want to be, I still like you and everything. When I'm like,
I don't like you at all.
Sniveling, whiny, pathetic, get away from me. And he just, okay. I'll go out to the garage.
I was telling a story.
Let me know when I can come back.
I was telling a story and I used that tone. I was like, well, yeah. I did that. He goes, I just find it so interesting that every time you talk about me, I'm special needs all of a sudden. And I'm just like, well, you know, I have no words.
I have a feeling, we had talked about this before. We never usually name names, but
it doesn't matter.
I've said some things that were specific enough that if the person was listening, they might know that I was talking about them.
Or they could go, hey.
That could be me. Yeah. Because they stopped following me or they blocked me, stuff like that. And I'm like, they must have listened to the show because they've been on my social media for 15 years.
Do you want to know our most famous person who blocked me from the show?
Who?
Corey Haim. Corey Feldman. I'm sorry, Corey Haim is dead.
I was going to say the other one's dead. Are they? No.
Corey Feldman blocked me.
Why?
Because I made fun of his angels. He has angels. I don't know if he does anymore, but you know, he's
such a weirdo.
You know, he has a band and he tours and he does music stuff.
I know.
And people hire him to do it.
I know.
And the last time I talked about it, he had decided that he was going to give a special show for kids in a hospital. So he went to this hospital. I think it was in Vegas or LA, and he showed up unannounced with his quote unquote angels. He has like 3 angels that sing for him. Yeah, they sing backup.
Oh.
And he brought a speaker and he's going to do this show for the children. Mm-hmm. And we talked about it, and I said,
were like, "Oh hell no!
These angels are, you know, basically like
skanks,
Craigslist Victoria's Secret models." And
stripper pole girls.
And he married one of them.
Ugh.
And I was talking about how he proposed to this angel at a restaurant in a booth.
Was it like Buca de Beppo or something?
Yeah, and it was very, very romantic, and we were laughing about it, and he blocked me.
That's amazing.
You listen to our show, Corey?
I love that.
I love The Lost Boys. That's all I'm saying.
I do too. I love that damn movie.
My husband loves the goonies.
Was he in a hashtag or something?
I don't think so.
Like, you know how sometimes you guys will hashtag things? Oh my God.
No.
That's
and
so,
I'm still blocked.
That's so great.
I mean, if you're gonna have a hater,
it's awesome. I love it.
I just think it's funny. I was just like, well,
mine was a friend from high school, so I was like, well, I'm somebody now because they listened to the show.
I had somebody I was pseudo friends with in high school, and she unfriended me. And this was a really long time ago, like literally, like when Facebook first became a thing. And I know why she did it. She did it because I was learning about online games, and I didn't know anything about it, and I was obsessively.
Oh God!
I didn't know that I was posting.
Right.
And so she's just like, enough
Send
with your
me coins.
Enough with the Farmville girl.
I know.
Jesus, get a life. And I'm like,
we
I
all
didn't
did
even know
that.
I was doing it.
Yeah. Back in the day, we all did it.
Yeah, and I'm like, why am I being poked? What is this poking me thing? I had no idea. So I'm sure she was like, I can't with you.
Right. Oh, yeah.
And I hate it because I am so not that person.
No, but you didn't know.
I didn't know because I didn't know about reposting and all that garbage. And I'm like, and I don't even, I'm like, is Farmville even, I don't even know if Farmville's a thing anymore. I don't even know.
It is.
But I don't have the balls to go, hey, I don't do that anymore.
So come back.
I don't care. It doesn't matter.
No.
It's not like I'm in her life. She was never in my life. But
I am hovering over this same. Well, and Facebook is not. I'm finding less and less time for Facebook these days.
I'm rarely on social media anymore.
I mean, I'm on social media, but not Facebook.
I don't like Facebook. I mean,
I'm on it. I'll check it to see if anything groundbreaking happened. Like someone I know died.
I post irreverent shit on Facebook because I'm so sick of the horrible photos, selfies, the awful...
On Instagram?
No, Facebook.
Oh.
And I'm like, thank you, people, for telling me, based on your posts, how old we all are. Because now you guys are looking like my mother's posts.
I'm telling you, if you're listening to our podcast and you are Facebook friends with us... And I think I even said this on one of our most recent shows, and I'm telling you again, because it still happens.
What?
No one wants to know about your surgery. I don't want to see a picture of you with tubes in your nose and arm and tell me day 3, I'm feeling better. The doctor's coming in. You just sound ancient. Stop it.
Nobody wants to know about
I don't want to fucking know.
Honestly, here's what I want to know. If I'm friends with you, more.
No, I can never post anything like that in my life.
You would never.
I don't think I would, but if I do, remind me.
First of all, the idea of you posting a picture of yourself in a hospital where you're basically yellow because you're so pale.
I'd have to be the guest of someone.
Stop it. You would never in a million. You're like, Jamie, don't you dare take a picture of me. I go, in a million years, I would never.
No.
Not even to hold you hostage would I do that.
No.
God.
I might be under anesthetic. That's the only thing I can think of where I would do something like
Stephanie,
that.
I'll take your phone away. I'll be like, Stephanie, no, don't do it. You'll be so regretful.
I'm not Taylor Swift. I'm not going to look like amazing and be on anesthesia like she does.
Unbelievable. Yeah. No. These are the rules. If you lost someone or someone you know has died and you say something very not accurate, like if you're too vague, I want to know.
I don't like those thinly veiled.
I want to know how they died. Did they die from a long illness? Just say that. If they died because they fell off a bus, tell me. I want to know. Everyone wants to know.
I know, huh?
We all want to know.
We do want to know, and because you have to.
I told Daryl,
who's your audience? I have 377 friends, of which I talk to like 2.
Yeah, I told Daryl
in real life.
When I die, you tell people how I died.
Yeah,
they want to know. They do. Yeah. Just it's a
Who
morbid
cares?
curiosity.
I'm already dead. Just if it happens to be on the toilet, you can leave that part out.
Satisfy the itch. We want to know.
Yes, she had a heart attack at home. Okay, wow, that's terrible.
She said she had to pee, got up, had a heart attack.
Right, whatever.
And just tell them.
Yeah.
But I mean, hopefully it'll be something really badass, like, oh, she decided to try surfing and a shark actually bit her and she died. Or whatever.
Did you know what I mean? Feeding frenzy video?
I did.
I almost sent it to you, or maybe I did send it to you. Yeah, but I figured you would have saw it. Yeah, because you have a fear of...
I did see it. Anyway, all right. Well, that's enough rambling for today.
Show.
Thank you for listening, and hopefully we still have listeners when we return next week.
No, sorry.
So, all right, Steph, see you later.